Hello everybody, this is the Johnny and welcome back to my walkthrough of Resident Evil 1 Chris scenario. So coming off my last episode, we finished up with the mansion, got the last crest, and accessed this new area of the grounds, which is called the Guardhouse. So we're going to be checking this place out, exploring it in depth, and getting a lot of new items. And also killing some new baddies. And some old ones as well, like these zombies. But I really don't have a lot of ammo left. So basically, if I didn't have to go into this room to get some stuff, I wouldn't. But because I do have to, we're going to have to wait impatiently for this guy to come around the corner. Come on, Slowpoke. There we go. And of course, this one's going to take a ton of bullets to kill, I bet. Yeah. Dead? Yes. Okay. So there's a couple items to get in here, and I have 7 bullets left. Wonderful. First item is this red book. Of course, we'll need that for a silly puzzle that we'll have to complete, because Resident Evil is all about silly puzzles. You'll notice the pages of the book are blank. That is suspicious, of course. Over in the corner in a cup is a small key, which we will then use to open the desk. And that will give us some shotgun shells. And then in the bathroom of this area is a key that we'll need to access a door in a little bit. So we'll be getting that as well after we drain the tub. But I did want to follow up a little bit on last episode. So in the last episode with Rebecca, we had to recover some serum and go back and save Chris because he had been poisoned by a giant snake. And well, I wondered at the time what would happen if you basically wasted time, because I know in the Jill scenario, as we're going to empty this plugged up tub here, you only have a certain amount of time to return with the serum to save Richard. But I didn't know if it meant that Chris's was also timed. So what I did is I replayed that, and I actually killed a bunch of time with Rebecca, basically about 15 minutes. And we did get a control room key there, which is what the C room stands for. And Chris does die. So when you return into the room, what happens is Rebecca kind of drops to her knees, and she says Chris's name really pitifully. And now we're going to head into this horrible, horrible room. Oh man, I will finish my story in a second. Oh god, look what's on the ceiling. Oh, it started to drop. I'm gonna grab this clip and run like hell. Luckily they're not super fast right now. They're in stalking mode. So I'm also gonna get these ink ribbons, and there's one more thing in this room I want to show off, but we have to dodge the second spider. Which is right there. Alright, that wasn't too bad. But if you check out the pool table here, you're going to get an interesting little number combination, and this code is important. Mostly for this scenario. You can use it in Jill's as well, but she doesn't have to use it because she has Barry... Okay. to save her. But for Chris's scenario, we do need it, so make sure you check it out. And I'm going to do some inventory management. Alright, so let's continue onward. So to finish my story, Rebecca drops to her knees. She says Chris's name very pitifully, and then she starts screaming at the top of her lungs. And then it kind of does the little swirl around and the "you died" game over screen. So it is timed. But you really should not have a problem getting back in time. It's pretty quick and dirty. Alright, in here we have a bunch of doors, but we can't do much at them. The only reason we're in here is to grab this key. And then we have to turn around and sprint because a bunch of wasps or bees are going to come out of this little hive here. And they will attack you and they will hurt you bad. So we needed that key to access a door at the end of this little hallway here. You can see all those roots, I guess, those are up on the wall. If you check out the key, you'll notice that it's for room 002. And that is a one use, of course, and that's to get into this room here. Let's get rid of that, free up some inventory space. And behind this little statue here, there is a couple of green herbs, about 3 of them. But I don't have the inventory space to pick them up, so we'll come back and get them later. All of the dorm rooms look basically the same. They do have little tiny things about them that are a little bit different, and we'll be showing those off as we go to all of them. This is actually a pretty nice place if you think about it. Oh, zombie. Run around you. Well, maybe I'll just make my stand here. Yeah, that worked. And there's a clip in the sink, so that was a fair trade. But there's 3 rooms, it looks like, and then, you know, there was the kind of recreational area with the pool table. And it looked like there was a bar in there, too. So I guess Umbrella likes to take care of their employees. So we have a Plant 42 report here, and that is our kind of boss of this area, that giant plant I talked about last episode. So it talks a little bit about what's going on with that. The thing is mutated because it's been exposed to the virus. And so now it actually craves blood. And it will actually catch its victims with vines and then suck the blood out of them. Lovely. We have that to look forward to in the near future. And we have a sketch which represents a map of the dormitory, or guardhouse as it's called. But our main goal now is to head down into the basement. So we have to push these little cabinets out of the way. And you'll notice there's a ladder back here. So we'll take that down and we're gonna get some really creepy music. If this was not creepy enough already. I don't know, something about that music is just really chilling. And we get a little crate puzzle too. Another staple in the Resident Evil series. And you'll notice the crates have a little UMB on them, which of course is a shortened version for Umbrella, the major corporation behind this area. So we need 3 of these crates in total, and they're going to allow us to make a little path so that we can access the basement. And this is the one that we have to push the farthest. The other 2 are right where they need to be. And if you left it against the right wall there, basically it would not have been able to work for us because it would have been flush with it. And we wouldn't have been able to push it into this area down here. So we would have had to go back up and come back down to reset the puzzle. But, because I didn't know about that, we don't have to worry about it. Now, of course, you would think Chris could just jump down and swim across, but oh no, PS1, we can't do something like that. Water is our mortal enemy, which is unfortunate because the next area is flooded. So there's tons of water. So Chris will be able to keep himself dry for the next couple of seconds. And there are a couple herbs here too. But right now, from now on, we're going to be waist deep. And not only that, but there's some nasty little enemies in here that are aquatic based. We can keep them from attacking us by running very quickly. With Jill, you'll actually get a cutscene here showing off the enemies. Which are, see that shark down there? Yeah, there's 2 little ones and then there's a big one. So we had to use this control room key on the door here and then get the heck in there before the sharks attack us. And once we're in here, we gotta hit a switch that will drain all the water. And that'll put us on equal footing with these sharks. Although I guess sharks don't really worry about footing since they don't have feet, right? But the main reason we're doing this is we have a button here. And that lets us access a little armory room next door. So we're going to get some new ammo, which is awesome because we're really low. And you can hear the sharks flopping around out here. But we're also going to get another dormitory key, which will let us access another room upstairs. They're all wet and useless except these clips for our handgun, which is fortunate, because we are going to need a lot of handgun ammo in a little bit. And usually there's a shiny over here to the right, but it's not flashing for some reason. And over here, oh yeah, 2 boxes of shotgun shells. We are getting pretty stocked on shotgun shells, which is awesome. Once we switch over to that, not much is going to stand in our way. But again, check the key and we'll see the number 003. That was back in the room with the little hive with the wasps or bees. And actually, in Chris's scenario, there's one more thing for us to pick up down here, and that is another small key. Now, there are 2 more locked drawers upstairs, so you get to decide which one you want to open. And these roots that are in this room are actually going to come into play in a little bit. But for now, we're going to ignore them. Now, is it in the bag, or... No, it must be on the boxes here. So if you use the small key in the room that's directly above the ladder for the basement, you'll get more shotgun shells. However, if you hold on to it and use it in room 003, then you'll get some ink ribbons. So it's really up to you what you want to do with it. Jeez, look at that thing. If I had the bullets to spare, I'd shoot you guys, but I don't. So if you save a lot, of course go for the ink ribbons, but I'm going to go for the shotgun shells. Because I want the ammo. That is much more important to me than being able to save. And we're going to have to come back down here in a little while too, so kind of keep this route in mind. So let's use this little key on the desk. And that is 21 new shotgun shells. Awesome. And that is pretty much it for this area. Now we just got to head back into the room with the nest and kind of finish up. But I'm going to do some more inventory management in the meantime. So I will do that, and I'll meet you guys back here. Alright, so let's head in here. So if you check the room to the right here, there's a number pad on there that'll keep you from being able to get in. And if you go to those double doors, it'll say basically that they're blocked by something. So you just need to use your dormitory key on this room. And it'll look very familiar, just like the other 2 rooms. So we'll head into the bathroom first. There's a zombie in here and also a clip. And maybe I'll run around this one. See if we have enough room. No, let's get out of here. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's grab for his decrepit legs here and get the clip. Another fair trade. And now we're up to 52 extra bullets. And yeah, nothing in the washstand. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to have to use that red book to solve a little puzzle. So in here is the desk that you can use the small key on if you want to get the ink ribbons. But otherwise, head over here and we have a case with a white book. So let's pull that out. And that's going to tell us about V-Jolt, which is an element that destroys plants very fast. UMB number 16. And you have to be very careful when you're mixing it because you have to do it in a certain sequence. And it kind of gives you the details there about what you need to do. But now that there's a book missing here, let's insert the red one and see what happens. Ah. Secret door. Awesome. Well, let's see what's beyond. Door number, I don't know, what is it, 6 in this area? Oh man, plant 42. And that's right, just walk right up to it, Chris. Huh.
It's no use. The roots of it are in the basement. You can... Whoa!
Chris!
Take this file with you. Use the information in it in order to make the potion. And kill the root. Becca, please.
Chris! Don't die!
Good advice. Couple things to note there. All of a sudden those doors are now open so she can get through. And why is the book or file blue now when it was white a couple seconds ago? Now obviously it's probably in our file, which is blue, I guess, so that makes sense. But with Rebecca we have to run over here and input our code, which if you remember from the pool table was what, viewers? 1, 2, 4, and 5. And we need to mix up some V-Jolt and then take it downstairs, throw it on the roots, and that'll let us take out plant 42. So this is a convoluted process. There are 4 empty little beakers in here you can use, or vials, or bottles, or whatever they are. And you only need 3 of them to make up the V-Jolt. Now you can technically do this with Chris if you want, and kill the roots ahead of time. And then you won't get this little scene with Rebecca, and you'll automatically go right to the boss fight if you do that. But I figured I'd show off the scene. And if you do it with Chris, then unfortunately you end up with the bottles permanently in your inventory. But we need to fill one of the bottles with water. This is element 1. And then we need an element of 2, or UMB2. Then we're going to mix both of those to get UMB number 3, which is additive, of course. And now we want to make a version of UMB number 7. So we're going to grab a bottle of 4. And then as you might expect, you're going to mix the 3 and the 4 to get a 7. Pretty straightforward. And if you want this little formula that I'm saying, it is scratched on the wall in chalk. So now we need another 4. And then we're going to grab another 2. And then we're going to mix 4 and 2 together to get a 6. And that is where the formula is, right there on the wall next to Rebecca to the right. And then when we have our 7 and 6, we're going to mix those up, and we're going to get a UMB, I assume, 13. All right, and now we just need a 3 to mix with that to get 16, which will be V-Jolt. So we'll get a 2, we'll get a 1, we'll mix those together, and then we'll mix that with the 13 to make 16. And then in my next episode, what we'll do is we'll run downstairs, we'll kill off those roots, we'll take on plant 42, and then we'll get the heck out of the guardhouse and head back towards the mansion. So as always, viewers, thank you for watching. Here's the V-Jolt, and I will see you all next time. So long.